process going on right now with geoengineering. They don't want to call it chemtrails. And in these sprays, these aerosol sprays coming out of these planes, they are releasing different types of particulates into the atmosphere, and these particulates have different things in them, right? Different types of metals. One of them is barium. Now, barium is one of the top things being released into the atmosphere. You can find that on scientificamerican.com, right? Barium is one of the top things being released in this reflective aerosol coming out of the planes. Now, what is one of the side effects of barium on the human body? Let's take a look at that, right? Small amounts of water-soluble barium may cause a person to experience breathing difficulties, increased blood pressure, heart rhythm changes, stomach irritation, muscle weakness, changes in nerve reflexes, swelling of the brain and swelling of the liver, kidney and heart damage. And barium has not been shown to cause cancer, though. It'll do all this other stuff, but don't worry, it won't cause cancer. Okay? Where did I get that information? That's from lentech.com. Lentech.com. All right. And so, again, we see that that's one of the objects in there. What is the other object in this geoengineering aerosol? Aluminum. Okay. Aluminum. What does the aluminum affect on humans? Chronic aluminum oxide inhalation may cause pneumonia, psychosis. Pneumonia. Yeah, I was right. Pneumonoconosis with cough and external dysphonia. Dysphonia. dyspnoea. Dysphonia. Diffuse wow, these are some crazy words. Reticulonuclear shadowing on chest x-ray and restrictive pattern of pulmonary function. In severe cases, death may result from respiratory failure or, this is crazy. This is a huge article on inchem.org. Okay, inchem, INCHEM.org. You can find the results or the effects of extensive exposure to the aluminum oxide that's being released in some of these particulates. Some of these words are hard to pronounce. I would have to practice these words to get them right the first time. Goodness, it's crazy. There's long-term effects of this actually on the human body as well. Okay. The following chronic long-term health effects can occur at some time after exposure to aluminum oxide and can last months or even years. It says, warning, cancer hazard. That's on newjersey.gov, nj.gov. So this is a government website. Okay. Let me share my screen again so I can make sure you guys see I'm not making this stuff up. Let me this is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Hold on a second. Now let me go back and share my screen so YouTube can see my sources, because this is not a conspiracy theory. This is real. Share screen. There we go. nj.gov. Hazardous substance fact sheet. Aluminum oxide. There you go right here, guys. White, odorless, crystalline, sand-like powder. It's used in abrasive and refractory materials. Refractory materials. That's what is being done in these aerosols. They are refracting light from the planet back into space to help reduce global warming. At least that's what they think they're doing. But what they're really doing is people are getting these contracts to become geoengineers. You can look up, you can Google, bidding on contracts for geoengineering. You can actually, if you have the technology, the plane, and the flight and everything else, the ability and the background check, you can actually be one of these people flying around pouring this crap out over the planet. And what it's turned into a crap show. I don't want to say the SHI show, T, but it's turned into that, and it's all about making money now. Right, so giving out these big contracts for people to fly around and spray this stuff out of their planes. In it is barium and aluminum oxide. And we just spent an extensive time just talking about the side effects of those two things. And by the way, the aluminum oxide, one of the long-term effects is cancer, right? If it gets in your eyes, now guys, if you're outside and this stuff is in the air, where is it going to go? Unless you're walking around with your eyes sealed shut, it's going to get in your eyes. Immediately flush with large amounts of water for at least 15 minutes, lifting upper and lower lids. Remove contact lenses if worn while flushing. Skin contact. Quickly remove contaminated clothing. Immediately wash contaminated skin with large amounts of soap and water. Inhalation. Remove the person from exposure. Begin rescue breathing. If breathing has stopped, CPR stop. Transfer promptly to a medical facility. This is dangerous stuff that's being released into the atmosphere over populations, populated cities where people actually live, breathe, and actually open their eyes and look around and see. And we're not supposed to get it in our eyes. We're not supposed to inhale it. Okay? Look at this. Chronic health effects. It can last for months or years. Cancer hazard. Unbelievable. Reproductive hazard. Now, they're saying that it hasn't been tested for its ability to affect reproduction. Okay. If you're a pregnant person and you're inhaling aluminum oxide, what do you think is going to happen to that fetus? Think about that. Think about the consistent rise in autistic children happening on this planet right now. And then look at the rise in geoengineering. And you're going to find out that that chart is almost identical. Look at the rise of autism going up on a chart like a stock chart, and then look at the rise of geoengineering going up globally, and you'll find out that it's almost identical. The rise in geoengineering and the rise in autism. Very similar, right? Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So at the people at the top who are fighting for all this global warming, crusade, what they're doing is they found a way to profit off of it through geoengineering. And through geoengineering, by allowing private corporations to come in and fly planes and dump chaff in the sky, which is full of chemical particulates that are deadly and dangerous to human beings over populated areas in order to reflect the sunlight so that we don't burn to death on the ground. What they've done is they've taken something that's a natural occurrence in the cycle of Earth, and they've turned it into a money-making scam, in my opinion, by introducing geoengineering. And I'm talking about they have generated now billions of dollars in utilizing this technique to cover the skies and all of this chaff, right? And it's a travesty because these people always try to find ways to make money off of darkness when there's so many ways to make money off the light. There's so many ways to live happy and generate an income for yourself that is significant while helping people versus doing things to people that are going to hurt and kill and injure not only these people that are here, but also future generations, because we're talking about affecting fetuses as well. Pretty crazy, okay? Pretty crazy stuff. There's also another reason for the rise in autism, but I can't mention it on this video or they'll probably delete it. But we know what it is. Don't forget about the Jabberwowskis. We know what that means. The Jabberwowskis. You know what that means, right? So they're doing these chemtrails, and they are dropping these chemical particulates and these different types of metals, heavy metals, things that you can breathe in that can go right into your brain, that can go right into your body and stay there and wreak all kind of havoc in your body. People are having a rise in autoimmune diseases right now. Autoimmune coming out of nowhere. They can't figure out what's going on. Now, let me tell you a story about this so that can be verified on my part. This is not an opinion. I get a rash and I keep having this allergic reaction over and over again. The doctors kept telling me I'm just having something called contact dermatitis, an allergic reaction. I go to the Cleveland Clinic on Weston Road and go see the doctor, the dermatologist there, the head dermatologist at Cleveland Clinic on Weston Road. She tells me the reason why this keeps happening, you may be allergic to chemtrails. Exact words. Okay? Her exact words. Now, you tell me, why would a dermatologist in such an esteemed hospital come up with that statement to me? Just openly, so calmly and so open, without even hesitating or holding back, you know. Dr. Sherry L. Bullard, MD. Dr. Sherry, Sherrie L. Bullard, MD, at the Cleveland Clinic on Weston Road in Weston, Florida. That's the doctor, dermatologist. Told me I may be allergic to chemtrails. Why would she say that? Because it's true. Because the shaft that they're dropping out of the sky is causing an allergic reaction in my skin, which is one of the main reasons why I thought it was important to make a video about this. This stuff is dangerous. Now imagine if I was a woman and I was carrying a baby, the effect that's going to have potentially on the fetus. Taking in these particulates, these metals and these aluminum and all this stuff and these oxides and bringing it into my body where it begins to basically erode inside my body and wreak all kind of havoc inside of me, and then nobody has a solution or an answer to actually what's going on. What's going on is I'm just trying to live. I'm trying to see and breathe outside, and I'm being poisoned from the sky above, while people are making billions of dollars to put this stuff out under the hypothesis. There's no proven, they don't even have it proven yet, that all this aerosol spraying, this geoengineering, is going to somehow lower the temperature on Earth. It hasn't worked yet. It actually hasn't worked yet. Now,